I can confirm that India has decided not to send any representative to attend the Pakistan National Day. That I understand the reception is taking place today. This decision was taken after the Pakistan High Commission decided to invite the Hurriyat representatives to the reception. You are aware about our reaction in the past, I think most recently in February, on this matter. I think we are very clear that any attempt by the Pakistani High Commission or by the Pakistani leadership to engage with the Hurriyat representatives will not be taken lightly, and this is what we have said in the past as well.
सर लास्ट ईयर हम लोगों ने देखा था जब पाकिस्तान नेशनल डे पर हुर्रियत को इनवाइट किया गया था, उस समय एमओएस शेखावत जी गए थे वहाँ पर। तो पिछली बार जब इनवाइट किया गया तो गए थे, इस बार नहीं गए, जरा आप बता पाएंगे? पिछली बार गए थे और इस बार नहीं जा रहे हैं, वही तो मैं बता रहा हूँ कि इस बार जो है चूँकि पाकिस्तानी हाई कमीशन ने डिसाइड किया, और जैसा मैंने कहा उन्होंने डिसाइड किया हुर्रियत रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स को इन्वाइट करने के लिए, हमने डिसाइड किया उसके बेसिस पे, उनके इनवाइट के बेसिस पे कि हम इस साल कोई भी रिप्रेजेंटेटिव पाकिस्तानी हाई कमीशन में उनके रिसेप्शन के लिए नहीं भेजेंगे। जस्ट वन सेक, श्रींजॉय।
Clarification, sir. Will this apply to Islamabad? Indian diplomats in Islamabad, if they are invited, will they be going?
If I understand correctly, my sense is that the High Commissioner in Pakistan, our High Commissioner in Pakistan, will also not be attending the reception which is being hosted there. Sridhar.
So the reasons that you have given, does it mean that we are boycotting not because of Pulwama or because of the military action that took place, but because as you said that they are inviting the Hurriyat representatives? But as far as I can recall, last year also when Mr. Shekhawat went there, which
Sridhar, I know your question. I have answered it.
Okay. No,
I have answered.
Can you just say if it is if Pulwama or the military action also count as factors, or is it only?
No, I didn't mention any of these factors. I just said that Pakistan High Commission took a decision to invite the Hurriyat representatives, and because of their decision, India has decided not to send any representatives to the national reception. Madhurendra.
सर, मेरा सवाल नीरव मोदी को लेकर है। जो कुछ भी घटनाक्रम हुआ उससे हम सभी अवगत हैं। किस तरह से विदेश मंत्रालय और हमारी सरकार इस मसले को परस्यू कर रही है? आगे किस तरह की स्थितियां पैदा होंगी और उसके लिए हमारी क्या तैयारी है?
मधुरेंद्र, आपने हमारा स्टेटमेंट तो देखा ही होगा जो हमने इशू किया था। हमने कहा था कि वी वेलकम द एक्शन विच हैज़ बीन टेकन बाय द यूके गवर्नमेंट। जैसा आपको पता होगा कि जो यूके क्राउन प्रोसिक्यूशन सर्विस है, उन्होंने हमें बताया था 18 मार्च को कि एक सीनियर डिस्ट्रिक्ट जज जो वेस्टमिंस्टर मैजिस्ट्रेट्स कोर्ट में है, उन्होंने नीरव मोदी के अरेस्ट के लिए एक वारंट इशू किया था। उस अरेस्ट वारंट के आधार पे नीरव मोदी को वहाँ के मेट्रोपॉलिटन पुलिस ने अरेस्ट किया 19 मार्च के इवनिंग को लंदन में। अगले दिन एक बहुत ही शॉर्ट ब्रीफ हियरिंग हुई और उसके बाद उनको कस्टडी के लिए रिमांड किया गया। मैं अभी इतना बताना चाहूँगा कि जो लीगल प्रोसीडिंग्स हैं और इस मामले में वो विल टेक इट्स ओन कोर्स, और इसका एक एस्टेब्लिश प्रैक्टिस होता है यूके कोर्ट में, और जो एस्टेब्लिश प्रैक्टिस के हिसाब से जो प्रोसीडिंग्स होंगे उसी हिसाब से पढ़ेंगे वो। महा।
So the court rejected his bail application, expressing fear that he could flee the United Kingdom. Is it a clear indication then that he possesses the passport of another country? Clearly, otherwise how would he move? And one more question, sir. Has this extradition, the action on India's extradition plea taken long? Is that because he had applied for political asylum? Has the UK given any information to India on that?
Maha, I think I answered this question last time. In such a process, when you make a request for extradition, you have to wait for that government to respond. And there is a process which has to complete itself. In this case, once the process got completed, then action was taken. Whether that, and I think I can confirm, which I did last time as well, that there was no delay which can be attributed to anything on our side. I think there were certain processes which had to be completed, which got completed, and that is how he was arrested by the Met Police. The bail application, etc., they all again belong to the realm of proceedings, so I will not get into that. I can only share once again that the government of India is committed to expeditious extradition of Nirav Modi back to India. Ji.
My question is, Kulbhushan Jadav's the illegal proceedings, it is going on, or it is just only the time waiting for something in favor of India?
No, I think all of you are aware that the oral proceedings at the International Court of Justice, that has already concluded. I think it was from 18th to 21st of February. We have presented our case before the court. Now it is for the International Court of Justice to take a decision as to the way forward. So that is where we are waiting now. I don't see any other hand. Aditya.
There were some reports that two FBI officials last week were in New Delhi, and there were some talks about Dawood Ibrahim, and some evidences were shared. Any details on that? And second, on Masood Azhar listing at the European Parliament, there have been some statements issued by France and Germany as well. Any details on the same?
Aditya, on the first one, I have no information. Again, this is something which is outside the purview of the Ministry of External Affairs. On the listing of Masood Azhar by the EU, you meant, right? I think you are aware that France, they had issued a statement regarding the internal listing of Masood Azhar as a designated terrorist by France. And in the telephone conversation which the French Foreign Minister had with the External Affairs Minister, he had indicated at that time that France is also going to take up the matter of Masood Azhar's listing with the EU. Since then, that has happened. France has taken up the matter with the EU. We understand that EU will take a decision once their process of designated a terrorist is complete. If you know that it has to be a unanimous decision which will involve all the countries of the EU. So as and when their process is complete, they will come up with an announcement. Ji, piche.
About this one engineer who has been rescued and he has returned to India, those 7 engineers who were kidnapped in Afghanistan. So do we have any update who were the kidnappers, and could you also share details about the process of rescuing others who are still under captivity?
No, you see, I have mentioned in the past as well that this is a very sensitive matter. And even when we were releasing information about the rescue of one individual, we did try to explain that we will not be in a position to give a lot of details on this matter. It also affects the other people, Indians who are still in custody. So if you could excuse me, I will not be able to provide details on this. Siddhant?
So after the Samjhauta announcement, we saw reactions coming from the Pakistani Foreign Ministry. There was yesterday the Foreign Secretary called the diplomats there and said that the justice hasn't been done, and our High Commissioner was also summoned. What's India's official reaction on the comments coming from Pakistan?
Siddhant, I think there is a complete lack of understanding, I think, on the Pakistani side as to how our judiciary functions. We have an independent judiciary whose functions are guaranteed by the Constitution, and this is something which also has been acknowledged by the international community. In all the cases which comes up before a court, a due process is followed. The same due process was also followed in this case. Based on the merit of the case and taking into account all the witnesses and the material which was at the disposal at court's disposal, the court has given a verdict. We respect the verdict of the court. We have got no cooperation whatsoever from Pakistan, including our request to serve summons to witnesses who are in Pakistan. We reject Pakistan's attempt to politicize the matter. It is being done to deflect attention from their failure in bringing the perpetrators of several terrorist attacks in India and the region to justice. We demand that Pakistan should take immediate, credible and irreversible measures against cross-border terrorism without any discrimination and without resorting to such gimmicks. Yeah.
Sir, Pakistan had also made some controversial remarks in its statement, I think the press release possibly that they had issued, in which they had talked about Hindu terrorism and RSS. They said that RSS is a Hindu terrorist outfit. So was there any specific reaction from the Indian government on to this?
No, I'm not aware about the statement, but I can generally say that whenever such a statement is coming from Pakistan, and trying to kind of make statement on internal affairs of a country, there are several reasons why they do that. Number one is, of course, to deflect the pressure which is building upon Pakistan. Number two, internally, I think it is important for them to deflect the attention of their own community, own people, from the mess which the country is in. So there are several reasons. I am not aware about this specific statement, but I think the reasons are very obvious for Pakistani leadership to make. Thank you very much. I'll be back shortly with secretaries and other officers to give a briefing on President's visit to 3 countries.